Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm so excited to be with you guys today. My name is Carina. I'm part of the High Noon staff, and I'll be talking about sexuality, communications, and being single, the struggles, all that. And today's video is gonna be one of the main pillar videos for the area of sexuality for singles. Why sexuality for singles? Because we as single people, we have sexuality or not. I guess yes, we have. Well, we have sexuality. I'm gonna be talking about it a little bit more in a bit, but we have sexuality, and the main question for single people who are following certain values like custody or waiting for marriage to experience sexual relationships, or those who have those values as a single person struggle a lot to keep their values, but at the same time honoring their sexual feelings that they have. What are you talking about, Carina? Well, I mean, this is so easy and clear, right? Like, you born, for example, in a community a religious community, a religious family, and we don't talk about sex, but when you talk about sex, you talk it in a very holy way, and you're supposed to have a switcher that you just turn it on and off. So when I'm single, I'm off, so I don't experiencing any sexual feeling or anything, and when I get married, I just turn it on, pop, and yeah, then I start to experience my sexuality. And the reality is that it's not like that. Even if you are single, you have sexual urges, you have sexual feelings that you don't know how to control. So before getting into how to control those sexual urges or why to control it or not, I'm gonna try to bring a perspective of sexuality that I think is gonna be very helpful to create a framework on how we're gonna be talking about sexuality in this channel. So first of all, me as a believer of God, I believe that I'm image of God itself. So if I have a certain characteristic, I think that characteristic, it comes from my Father God, right? So in that way, I was trying to think about, well, wait, why me as a single person have sexual feelings? Why I have sexual urges? Is that how things meant to be or not? Why do I have that? And I started to think about it, and an inspiration came up to me, and I thought, well, sexuality is energy. Is energy of creation. Is a desire of connection, of desire of intimacy, to know and be known. It's a strong need that we have for intimacy that is expressed through our sexuality. And yeah, like there's those two things. Sexuality is connection and sexuality is creation. So if I'm as a single person experience sexuality, probably that resembles God as well. What do you mean? Well, when God, before the creation, he was alone, right? And he had this energy, this strong desire of connection to be able to create their object partner of love, which are the humans, their sons and daughters, the human beings. So when we think about it in this way, that means that God's sexuality pushed him to create the whole universe, to create us human beings, because his sexuality was that desire, that energy, that connection that was able to say, I'm gonna create the universe, I'm gonna create human beings. And God before creation is very similar to we when we're singles. We have feelings of being lonely, we have feelings of being of like, oh, what I'm supposed to do with all this energy, with all this, why I have these urges, why I have so much energy. And we need to, as God did, learn how to canalize that energy in a way that creates something in this world, right? So when we have our sexual urges, then that means that we are being pushed by this characteristic the same as God to create something like a painting, or to play a sport, to create myself. Yeah, to create myself. These sexual urges are a strong, deep desire that we have for connection and creation. So, at the end of the day, when we talk about sexuality here in this channel, Carina channel, we talk about this profound need of connection and creation that resembles God. Yeah, it resembles God. So, why is this important? Because when we start to see our sexuality not as something, not like sin, or not like something bad, even when we are single, we're gonna be able to honor those feelings in the same way that God honored their feeling, and using as a fuel to grow ourselves, to become the person that we want to be, to create that person that we want to be, right? So, answering the question, how to be a single, religious, and sexual person. Well, first of all, being single, that doesn't mean that you cannot start creating connection and create things in this world, co-create myself in this process of life, that I cannot grow, that I should like start to get closer and closer to the person I want to be. So being single is an opportunity. It's this time of extreme creativity and extreme desire and extreme inspiration. And it is a really amazing, hopeful time where you are creating the person that you want to be and the couple and family that you want to be creating in the future. Then, being a religious person, that means that you are following certain values and that you believe in God and that you want to create this connection and this relationship with God that is true and that is live. And although you are, like they say, single, you still can create that connection with God, because our deepest connection of intimacy, it comes of the connection with God. It comes of the deepest need that we have to connect with God. And the third one, being a sexual person, that doesn't mean that you're gonna masturbate or watch porn or just have sex even if you are single and not in a committed relationship. Being a single sexual person, that doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It means honoring your sexual feelings, understanding that it comes from a place of this profound need that we have for connection and creation, and trying to canalize that energy in the best way possible for this time of your life, and how you can actually bring that and use it for something incredible that you can do during this time for the world. So, yeah, being a sexual person, single, religious, and sexual person, means that you honor your sexuality as you honor God, and you protect it as you protect your loved ones in the future, as you're gonna protect your loved ones in the future. So this is the first pillar video, the first understanding that this is our lens of how we see sexuality, how we see our values as religious people, and how we see our values as believer of God. I don't know, religious, you can be religious or not, but here at Hainun we believe that there is a God and there is a connection of father and parent and sons and daughters with him. So uh, this profound need of connection that we have with God, it is really important as well for us, and that's why we want to connect our sexuality to. So many times we believe that, well, I believe in God, but I don't think God has nothing to do with my sexuality. And that's not right. Why we offer up all our aspects, all the other aspects of our lives, but we don't offer up our sexuality, which is the most intimate part of our life, which means that it's a more deep one. So here we want to create that connection, and we have many courses for you to keep educating yourself, to keep bringing this perspective on your life until it really goes deep in your soul, and it's not only a concept, but you start to live in your daily life how important this is for you. And at the same time, we have groups to create this connection. To there's just you say, like, the groups you create connection, it is incredible. We have small groups that you can experience being known and know others, and as I say, create this connection that is amazing. And yeah, it is, they're working quarterly system, so you might be on time to sign up for a group, or you might not be on time to sign up for a group, and that's okay. You just go to a website and check what is available for you now and what is available for you in the near future, and keep growing, keep learning, and keep understanding why this is so important. And I hope that you can have the best experience as a single person. I myself, as a single person, I went to the phase of it's really struggling, I think, and feeling guilty about feeling sexual and feeling sexual urges and having this need of connection. And as well, I have learned how to just connect that with God and pray every time that I have that sexual urge. So I'm gonna be talking more about it in next videos, but it's an amazing experience that you can have, an amazing way to live your singleness and get ready for your life as a couple in the future. So that's what I wanted to say today. Please subscribe and like this video if you find it useful. Share it with others, and I hope to see you next time. I love you guys, and bye bye.